The evening air is soft, as if the world itself is taking a deep breath. Silence holds the space untouched by time. In this moment, you are simply here where nothing needs to be done, where no thought is required. It is just you and the quiet unfolding of the night. You step lightly along a worn path, the ground beneath your feet whispering stories of countless travelers who once passed this way. Each step is a gentle reminder of impermanence, how every moment, every sound, every breath arises and dissolves like mist in the morning sun. Imagine a single leaf falling from a tree. It does not resist the wind, nor does it cling to the branch. It simply lets go, surrendering to the flow of what is. There is a story of a monk who once asked his master, "What is the secret to peace?" The master pointed to a cup of water, still and clear. When your mind is like this water, free of ripples and disturbance, peace is found. You feel that stillness inside you now, as though the ripples of worry and distraction settle quietly into calm. Let your thoughts drift like clouds in an open sky. Notice them coming and going, never holding on, never chasing after what has already passed. What remains when nothing is left to seek. In this silent space, you find the gentle truth that nothing ever truly stays except the awareness that watches it all. The night deepens cool and embracing. You are held by the vastness around you, by the steady rhythm of your own breath. In this moment, nothing needs fixing or changing. Simply rest here where the heart opens like a flower unfolding under the moon's tender gaze. And as you breathe softly, let the stillness grow until it fills every corner of your being. Here, in this quiet unfolding, you begin to free your heart from attachment, releasing all that weighs it down. This night is a gentle invitation to surrender, to trust the unfolding path, and to rest in the endless peace that is already yours. The night's silence stretches gently around you, a vast canvas painted with the soft glow of distant stars. Each star, like a moment, flickers briefly and then fades into the endless sky. You realize that just like those stars, thoughts arise and vanish, never fixed, never permanent. This is the essence of impermanence. Nothing holds still, and yet everything moves in a graceful dance. There is an old Zen tale of a monk who carried water in a bucket with holes. Despite the constant leaking, he never stopped walking. When asked why, he replied, "Though the water escapes, I continue to carry what remains. You too carry your presence, even as moments slip quietly away." It is not about holding tightly, but about embracing what is here now. As you breathe, notice the gentle ebb and flow of your chest. Each breath in invites calm. Each breath out releases tension. This simple rhythm is your anchor, a reminder that peace is found in the present, not in grasping what was or what might be. When you stop chasing, you begin to arrive. Imagine a quiet pond, its surface untroubled by wind or stone. Your mind can be like this, still, reflective, open. What happens when you stop stirring the water with restless thoughts? You find clarity. You find ease. You find home. The night wraps you softly like a familiar shawl, and you feel a growing lightness within. You are not separate from this world. You are part of its unfolding mystery. Let go of all expectations, all fears, all desires. In their place, welcome gentle acceptance, the peace that comes from knowing that everything is as it should be. In this moment, there is nowhere else to go and nothing else to do. Just be, breathe, rest. Let your heart open freely, like a flower in the moonlight, trusting in the quiet wisdom of the night. A cool breeze brushes your skin, carrying with it the faint scent of pine and earth, a subtle reminder that all things are connected, woven together, like threads in an endless tapestry. This interconnectedness is the heart of no self, the teaching that what we call I is not separate, not fixed, but a flowing, changing dance of elements and moments. There is a story of a monk who watched the river flow endlessly, never the same water twice. He realized that just like the river, the self is not a solid thing, but a movement, a process. You too are this river constantly flowing, never fixed yet whole and complete in every moment. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath as it moves through you like the river's current. Each inhale gathers what is present. Each exhale lets go of what is no longer needed. This rhythm invites you to soften the edges of who you think you are, to relax into the natural unfolding of being. Picture a single lotus flower blooming in muddy water, pure, radiant, and untouched by its surroundings. This is the nature of your true self beyond labels and stories. What remains when the illusion of separation fades away? A vast openness, a clear sky beyond the clouds. The night deepens further, wrapped in quiet mystery. You are both the observer, and the observed the wave and the ocean. Let your heart float freely in this vast space, unburdened by identity or form. Here, there is only the gentle, steady presence of now. As you breathe softly, allow the wisdom of no self to settle gently within you. Release the weight of holding on and rest in the peaceful flow of interconnectedness. You are home exactly as you are in this unfolding moment. The darkness around you is not empty, but full of possibility, full of quiet power. Like the sky at night, it holds space for stars to shine, for clouds to pass, for the moon to reveal its gentle light. This fullness reflects the teaching of emptiness, not a void, but a space where all things arise and dissolve in harmony. Once a Zen master said to his student, "Empty your cup so that it may be filled." The student, puzzled, asked how to empty a cup. The master simply let the water flow freely, allowing space for new drops to fall. You too can let go of old thoughts and open yourself to what is fresh and true. Feel your body as a vessel, not rigid, not closed, but open and flexible. With each breath, you create space inside a softness that welcomes whatever comes without resistance. In this openness, there is freedom. Freedom from fear, from judgment, from grasping. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, watching waves rise and fall endlessly. The water is never still, yet beneath the movement lies a deep calm, unshaken and vast. Your mind can be like this ocean, ripples come and go, but the depth remains serene. The night enfolds you tenderly, inviting you to rest in this openness. You are neither full nor empty, neither fixed nor lost, but a harmonious flow of all that is. Let the stillness deepen within and allow your heart to soften into the spaciousness of now. Breathe gently and know that in releasing, you receive. In letting go, you find peace. The night's quiet wisdom holds you close, guiding you into rest that is deep, gentle, and true. A faint rustle of leaves stirs nearby, reminding you that even in stillness, life moves with quiet grace. The cycle of seasons turns effortlessly, each moment giving way to the next. This endless change is the unfolding of impermanence, a constant flow where nothing clings, nothing lasts, yet everything is precious. There is a story of a bamboo grove that bends with the wind rather than breaking. Its strength lies in its flexibility, its ability to surrender without losing its essence. Like the bamboo, you can find resilience not in rigidity, but in gentle yielding. Feel the softness of your breath as it flows like a breeze through your body. With every exhale, you release tension, allowing your mind and heart to bend gently with the rhythms of life. Resistance falls away, and in its place, acceptance blooms. Picture a river that carves its path through stone, not by force, but by patience and persistence. Your challenges, too, can be met with this quiet strength, a steady flow that wears down obstacles without struggle. The night deepens, wrapping you in its cool embrace. You are part of this vast unfolding story, never separate, always connected. Let yourself be like the bamboo, bending with the winds of change, rooted yet free. In this moment, breathe deeply and surrender fully. The world moves on, and so do you, light, flexible, and at peace. Rest now in this gentle unfolding, carried softly by the night's calm breath. The quiet hum of the night surrounds you like a gentle chant, a timeless melody woven through the fabric of darkness. Each sound, each silence, is a thread connecting you to the endless present. This moment is neither hurried nor delayed. It simply is pure presence without judgment or desire. A Zen master once held up a flower to his disciples and asked, "What is this?" Words fell away as they simply observed its delicate petals, its fragrance, its life. In that simple noticing, understanding bloomed. You too can rest in this pure observation, letting go of stories and distractions. Feel your senses awaken softly. Notice the cool air on your skin, the faint scent carried by the breeze, the rhythm of your heartbeat beneath the stillness. These are the threads of your connection to now unfiltered and whole. Imagine standing beneath a towering ancient tree, its branches stretching wide, its roots deep in the earth. It neither strives nor resists, but simply stands present and grounded. What if you could rest in your own strength, like this tree, steady and serene? The night holds you in its vast arms, inviting you to let go of effort and simply be. In the quiet space between breaths, discover the stillness that has always been there, the peace that transcends thought and time. Breathe gently and know that you are exactly where you need to be. Here, in this moment, all is well. Let yourself drift into the tender embrace of the night, where rest flows easily and the heart opens wide. The subtle glow of the moon filters through a veil of thin clouds, casting soft silver patterns on the earth below. This gentle light, ever-changing yet constant, reminds you that life is both fleeting and enduring, a dance between form and emptiness. A story is told of a young monk who asked his teacher how to catch the wind. The master smiled and said, "You cannot hold the wind, but you can feel its touch." You too are invited to sense the movement of life without grasping, to rest in the flow, without resistance. Feel your breath move like the wind through leaves, soft, unseen, yet deeply felt. Each inhale gathers energy. Each exhale releases tension. There is no need to control this natural flow. Simply follow it as the wind follows its path. Picture a willow tree bending gracefully over a quiet pond, its branches dipping into the water without fear or strain. This is the way of effortless balance, yielding without losing strength, flowing without losing form. The night cradles you gently, a silent witness to your presence. You are part of this endless cycle, a wave upon the vast ocean of existence. Allow yourself to float freely, carried by the current of now. In this space of softness and lightness, breathe with ease. Let go of struggle and surrender to the peaceful rhythm within. Here, under the moon's watchful gaze, rest arrives gently deep and whole. The cool night air carries a distant chorus of cicadas, their song rising and falling like a soft heartbeat of the earth itself. Each note is fleeting, yet together they weave a tapestry of sound that holds the present moment in gentle embrace. This reminds you that life is a series of interconnected moments, each one delicate and precious. There is an ancient teaching about a cup that when full cannot hold any more water, but when emptied, it can receive new streams without spilling. Your mind, like this cup, is most open when you release what no longer serves you, making room for fresh peace. Feel the rise and fall of your chest with each breath, like waves gently lapping the shore. There is no need to push or pull the tide. It moves naturally, guided by forces beyond grasp. You can surrender to this flow, trusting in the wisdom of your own body. Imagine a single stone resting in a flowing stream, worn smooth by years of water passing over it. The stone does not resist the current. It allows itself to be shaped and softened. You too can embrace change with gentle acceptance, finding strength in yielding. The night deepens, wrapping you in a cocoon of stillness and calm. You are both the silent watcher and the watched part of this vast and unfolding moment. Let your heart settle like a quiet pond, reflecting the stars without disturbance. Breathe softly now, and know that in this peaceful surrender, you find your true home. The night holds you, gently guiding you into rest that is deep, serene, and whole. A faint shimmer glimmers on the horizon as the first hint of dawn waits patiently beyond the night's embrace. This quiet promise reminds you that every ending carries within it a new beginning, a cycle as natural and inevitable as the rising sun. There is a story of a monk who sat beside a river and watched leaves float by. When asked how to find enlightenment, he replied, "Be like the leaf, let yourself drift without resistance, trusting where the current leads." You too can surrender to the flow of life, resting in the gentle unfolding of now. Feel your breath, deep and steady and calm, like the slow turning of the earth beneath you. With each inhale, invite renewal. With each exhale, release the past and future. In this rhythm, find the soft space between moments, the still point where true peace resides. Picture a vast sky stretching beyond the clouds, open and boundless. Your mind can be this sky, spacious and free, allowing thoughts to pass like birds without clinging or chasing. What remains when you watch without judgment or need? The night whispers its farewell, soft and unhurried, carrying you toward rest. You are part of this timeless dance, neither beginning nor end, but a graceful presence in between. Let your heart rest in this gentle space, open and serene. Breathe slowly and deeply, now releasing all effort. Here, in the quiet dawn of your being, rest comes easily, softly, and without demand. You are home perfectly whole, embraced by the tender arms of the present moment. The soft murmur of awakening birds stirs the air, their gentle songs weaving threads of light into the fading darkness. Each note rises and falls like a breath, a reminder that every moment carries its own rhythm, unique, fleeting, and complete. There is a teaching of a master who told his disciples, to hold on to the past is like grasping at water. It slips through your fingers no matter how tightly you try. You can feel this truth in your own heart. Peace comes not from holding on, but from gentle release. Notice the quiet rise and fall of your chest, steady and unforced. Each breath invites you deeper into stillness, where the noise of the world softens and your inner calm blooms like a lotus unfolding at dawn. Imagine a calm lake, its surface reflecting the sky's colors without distortion. Your mind can be this mirror, clear, open, and accepting. What arises, simply observe. What fades, simply let go. The first light of day begins to touch the edges of your awareness, warming your skin with tender rays. You are held in this moment, neither rushed nor lingering, simply present. Breathe softly now, embracing the gentle transition from night to day. In this sacred space between endings and beginnings, find the deep rest that renews and restores. Here, in the quiet unfolding of time, you are whole, peaceful, and free. The early morning mist drifts lazily over the quiet fields, a soft veil blurring the line between earth and sky. This delicate merging reminds you that all distinctions between self and other, inside and outside, are but gentle illusions, fleeting as the mist itself. A Zen master once said, "The path is not in front of you or behind you. It is here in the very step you take." Like the mist, your journey is present only in this moment, neither grasped nor left behind. Feel your breath as a bridge between body and mind, connecting each inhale and exhale with the unfolding now. Let go of any rush to arrive somewhere else and instead rest fully in this very step you take. Picture dew on a blade of grass, sparkling briefly before the sun warms it away. This precious impermanence is the heart of living each moment, vibrant precisely because it cannot last. The morning light spreads gently, filling the world with a soft glow that invites awakening without urgency. You too are invited to awaken within yourself with kindness and ease. Breathe deeply and slowly, allowing your mind to clear like the morning sky. In this calm presence, discover the simple truth that your true home is always here, wherever you are in this moment, complete and free. A gentle breeze stirs the branches overhead, carrying with it the faint scent of blooming jasmine. This fleeting fragrance reminds you that beauty arises in unexpected moments, delicate and transient, inviting your attention without demand. There is a story of a traveler who, lost in a vast forest, found rest by simply sitting beneath a tree and listening to the wind. In that stillness, the path revealed itself not as a direction to follow, but as a presence to embrace. Feel your breath, like the wind through leaves, soft, ungraspable, yet deeply felt. Each inhale brings fresh air. Each exhale releases what no longer serves. There is a natural flow here, an effortless rhythm inviting you to surrender. Imagine a single candle flickering steadily in a quiet room, its light unwavering despite the darkness around it. This steady flame mirrors the calm presence within you, shining softly through every passing moment. The day begins to unfold gently, like petals, opening one by one to greet the sun. You too can open to this unfolding, without hurry or resistance, trusting the gentle wisdom of your own pace. Breathe slowly, deeply, and rest in this gentle unfolding. Here, surrounded by the soft whispers of nature, your heart finds its quiet place, a sanctuary of peace, calm, and ease that carries you gently through the day. The morning light filters softly through the curtains, casting delicate patterns that dance quietly on the floor. Each shifting shadow is a gentle reminder that change is constant, a quiet unfolding that invites you to move with grace rather than resistance. There is an old teaching about a river stone smoothed over time by countless currents, shaped not by force, but by patience. You too are shaped by your experiences, not hardened, but softened and refined by the flow of life. Feel your breath steady and calm, like the steady drip of water carving a path through rock. With each inhale, gather patience. With each exhale, release tension. In this steady rhythm, find the gentle strength to embrace whatever arises. Picture a field of wildflowers swaying lightly in the breeze, each bloom turning naturally toward the sun. Your heart can open this way, soft, receptive, and alive to the light that touches you. The day breathes around you, a quiet promise held in every moment. You are part of this unfolding, moving gently, with the currents of time and change. Breathe deeply now, and rest in the calm center within. Here, where light and shadow meet, you find a quiet peace, steady, tender, and true, carrying you softly into whatever comes next. The soft rustle of leaves mingles with the distant song of a morning bird, a quiet symphony welcoming the new day. Each sound is a thread in the fabric of this moment, weaving you gently into the unfolding now. A Zen story tells of a stone that refused to be moved by the rushing river. Over time, the water wore it smooth and gentle, not by force, but by persistent embrace. Like the stone, you can find peace not in resistance, but in acceptance and patience. Feel your breath steady like the river's flow. Constant calm, unhurried. Each inhale invites presence. Each exhale lets go of tension. There is no need to hurry. The river moves at its own pace, and so can you. Imagine standing barefoot on soft earth, feeling the steady support beneath you. This connection grounds you, anchoring your heart in the present, steady and sure. The morning light grows warmer, filling your space with quiet assurance. You are held in this moment, perfectly balanced between rest and awakening. Breathe softly now, allowing the calm to deepen. Here in this gentle rhythm of breath and presence, find the stillness that carries you peacefully through the day ahead. The gentle warmth of the sun begins to touch your skin, a soft caress that speaks of new beginnings, without urgency or demand. Each ray filters through the trees, creating patterns of light and shadow that play quietly upon the earth. There is a story of a traveler who sought the meaning of life and found it not in distant lands, but in the simple act of resting beneath a tree. In stillness, he discovered that the answers he sought were always within reach. Feel your breath as a gentle wave rolling in and out with steady grace. Each inhale brings life. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you. There is a natural ebb and flow here, inviting you to move with ease. Picture a garden, blooming quietly in the morning light, each flower unfolding at its own perfect pace. Your heart can open this way, patient, gentle, and full of quiet beauty. The day stretches before you, a canvas awaiting your gentle touch. You are part of this unfolding, connected deeply to the rhythm of the earth and sky. Breathe deeply now, letting your mind settle into peaceful ease. Here, in this tender awakening, you find a calm strength that carries you softly forward, steady and serene. A soft breeze stirs the leaves above, whispering secrets of the ancient trees that have stood through countless seasons. Their silent endurance reminds you of the steady strength found in quiet presence, unseen yet unwavering. There is a tale of a mountain that neither rushes nor resists, simply standing tall through storms and sunshine alike. Its power lies not in force, but in calm acceptance and patience. Like the mountain, you too can find stability within, no matter the changing winds. Feel your breath steady and deep, like roots growing slowly beneath the soil. Each inhale draws in calm. Each exhale releases tension and doubt. There is a deep well of resilience inside you, waiting to be embraced. Imagine a vast sky, clear and endless, stretching beyond any horizon. Your mind can be this sky, open, spacious, and free to hold whatever arises without clinging or judgment. The morning light warms your face gently, inviting you to rest in this vast openness. You are held here, steady and calm, part of the unfolding flow of life. Breathe softly now, letting this calmness wash over you like a quiet river. In this gentle embrace, find your true home still strong and serene, ready to carry you into the day with grace. The delicate scent of earth after rain fills the air, grounding you softly in the present moment. Each drop that falls nourishes the soil, reminding you that even gentle actions bring growth over time. There is a story of a gardener who tended to a quiet patch of land, knowing that patience and care would bring blossoms when the time was right. You too can cultivate your inner garden with gentle attention, allowing peace to bloom naturally. Feel your breath as the rhythm of nature itself, steady, unforced, and full of life. Each inhale brings renewal. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you, clearing space for calm to grow. Imagine a single seed resting beneath the soil, unseen but full of potential. In its own time, it will rise toward the light, unfolding with quiet determination. Your own growth unfolds this way, in rhythms beyond control, but rich with promise. The morning sun climbs higher, spreading warmth and light gently over the land. You are part of this unfolding, held tenderly by the earth and sky. Breathe deeply now, embracing the soft power of patience and presence. Here, in the quiet nurturing of your own heart, rest arrives, steady, gentle, and sure, carrying you forward with grace and ease. The soft rustling of distant leaves creates a soothing rhythm, a natural melody that blends seamlessly with the gentle pulse of your breath. This harmony invites you to sink deeper into stillness, where every sound and silence holds a sacred place. There is a teaching of a master who said, "When the wind blows, the bamboo bends. When the wind ceases, it stands tall again." In this find the lesson of resilience, not resistance, but graceful adaptation to whatever arises. Feel the gentle flow of your breath as a bridge between your inner world and the vastness beyond. Each inhale brings clarity. Each exhale releases burden, inviting ease and calm. Imagine a quiet pond reflecting the sky above its surface, undisturbed by passing clouds. Your mind, too, can become this mirror, clear open and still allowing thoughts to come and go without disturbance. The day unfolds softly around you, a slow dance of light and shadow, presence and space. You are part of this endless rhythm, rooted yet free. Breathe softly now, and let your heart expand with the gentle wisdom of the moment. Here in this calm embrace, find your peaceful center, a quiet sanctuary to carry you gently through the unfolding day. The morning sun filters through a canopy of leaves, casting gentle dappled light that dances quietly on the forest floor. This soft play of light and shadow reminds you of the balance inherent in life, the interplay of presence and absence, fullness and emptiness. A story is told of a monk who sat beneath a tree, watching the light shift with the passing clouds. When asked how to find enlightenment, he simply smiled and said, "Be like the light, always present yet never grasping. Feel your breath as a gentle rhythm, steady and calm, grounding you in this very moment. Each inhale invites awareness. Each exhale lets go of tension, allowing your mind to rest like the quiet earth beneath you." Imagine a flower blooming slowly in the morning sun, its petals unfolding without hurry or strain. Your heart can open in the same way, patient, soft, and receptive to the unfolding of now. The day begins anew, wrapped in the gentle warmth of possibility. You are woven into this timeless dance of growth and stillness, change and peace. Breathe deeply and rest in this balance. Here, in the gentle unfolding of life's quiet moments, find the steady calm that carries you forward with grace and ease. A soft breeze carries the scent of fresh pine, weaving through the branches overhead and brushing gently against your skin. This subtle movement reminds you that even the smallest shifts can bring a fresh perspective, a new breath of life. There is an old tale of a stone that remained unmoved by storms, not because it resisted, but because it embraced change with quiet strength. Like the stone, you too can find resilience in gentle acceptance, standing firm amidst life's shifting winds. Feel your breath flowing smoothly, like a river, tracing its path through the landscape. Each inhale gathers calm. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you. This steady current carries you softly toward peace. Picture a mountain rising in the distance, steady and unyielding, yet shaped by centuries of wind and rain. Your heart holds this same balance, strong and flexible, rooted and free. The morning light grows warmer, inviting you to awaken with ease and grace. You are part of this unfolding, connected deeply to the rhythm of earth and sky. Breathe deeply now, allowing the calm to fill every corner of your being. Here in the stillness between breaths, find the quiet strength that will carry you gently into the day ahead. The gentle hum of morning insects stirs softly in the air, a subtle reminder that life quietly awakens all around you. Each tiny creature moves with purpose, yet without rush, embodying the natural flow of being present in every moment. There is a story of a river that carved its way through stone, not by force, but by persistent patience. Over time, what seemed impossible became natural and effortless. You too can trust the power of gentle persistence in your own journey. Feel your breath steady and calm, like the flowing river, unhurried, continuous, and nourishing. Each inhale brings new energy. Each exhale releases tension and doubt. There is a quiet power in this rhythm that supports your peace. Imagine a single tree standing tall beside the water, its roots deep and its branches reaching freely toward the sky. This balance of groundedness and openness is yours to embody steady and serene. The morning sun spreads its light warmly across the land, inviting you to step into this new day with a heart open and soft. You are woven into this endless cycle of growth, rest, and renewal. Breathe gently now and rest in the natural flow of life. Here, in this tender unfolding, find the steady calm that carries you forward with grace and ease. A quiet stillness settles over the landscape as dew clings to blades of grass, each droplet reflecting the soft morning light like tiny jewels. This delicate shimmer reminds you of the preciousness of each fleeting moment, brief, beautiful, and complete in itself. There is a teaching of a monk who watched the sunrise and said, "Each day is born anew, untouched by the past. Like the dawn, you too can begin again in each breath, free from yesterday's weight." Feel your breath deepen steady and slow, grounding you in the present moment. Each inhale brings fresh possibility. Each exhale lets go of what no longer serves. In this gentle rhythm, find renewal and peace. Imagine a garden blooming quietly, each flower unfolding at its own perfect pace. Your heart can open in this same way, patient, tender, and receptive to life's unfolding. The morning light warms your skin softly, inviting you to awaken gently without hurry or strain. You are part of this endless cycle, rooted deeply, yet reaching freely. Breathe deeply now, resting in the calm presence within you. Here, in the quiet unfolding of each moment, find the gentle strength that will carry you gracefully into the day ahead. A gentle chorus of birdsong rises as the morning sun climbs higher, filling the air with melodies both familiar and new. Each note is a thread woven into the fabric of this day's beginning, a quiet invitation to be present and awake. There is a story of a master who taught, "The mind is like water. When still, it reflects the world clearly. When stirred, it clouds and distorts." You can find this stillness within yourself now, allowing thoughts to settle like sediment in a calm pond. Feel your breath flowing evenly, steady and smooth, a gentle current that carries you through the present moment. Each inhale brings clarity. Each exhale releases distraction and doubt, inviting calm. Picture a vast sky stretching endlessly above, open and unbound. Your mind can be this sky, expansive, free, and welcoming of whatever passes through. The warmth of the sun touches your face softly, inviting you to rest in this openness. You are part of this vast, unfolding, steady and serene. Breathe deeply now, embracing the calm within. Here, in this peaceful presence, find the quiet strength that will carry you gently into the unfolding day. The soft rustle of leaves overhead blends with the distant call of a lone bird, weaving a quiet tapestry of sound that envelops you in stillness. This delicate harmony reminds you that even in solitude, you are part of a vast and living world. There is a tale of a traveler who, lost in the wilderness, found his way not by seeking a path, but by trusting the subtle signs around him. Like the traveler, you can trust the gentle guidance of your own inner wisdom. Feel your breath steady and calm, flowing like a gentle stream through your body. Each inhale gathers peace. Each exhale releases tension, inviting ease and grace. Imagine standing beneath an ancient tree, its roots deep and strong, its branches reaching toward the sky. This balance of groundedness and openness mirrors the calm presence you carry within. The morning light filters softly through the leaves, warming your skin with tender rays. You are held in this moment, steady and serene, connected to the unfolding flow of life. Breathe gently now and rest in this quiet presence. Here, in the stillness between breaths, find your true home, a sanctuary of peace and calm that carries you gently through the day ahead. The gentle whisper of the wind moves through the grasses, carrying with it the faint scent of wildflowers and earth. This subtle touch reminds you that life's most profound moments often arrive softly, without fanfare or urgency. There is a story of a stone that rested quietly in a flowing river, not resisting the current, but allowing the water to shape it over time. Its surface, smooth and polished, tells a tale of patience and gentle transformation. Like the stone, you too can find peace in yielding and presence. Feel your breath rise and fall in a steady rhythm, like the ebb and flow of the river itself. Each inhale gathers calm. Each exhale lets go of tension and worry, opening space for ease and grace. Imagine a field of tall grasses swaying in unison beneath a clear sky, each blade moving with the breeze, yet rooted firmly in the earth. Your heart can be this field, flexible, strong, and open to whatever comes. The morning sun casts a warm glow over the landscape, inviting you to awaken gently and fully. You are woven into this timeless dance part of the unfolding mystery of life. Breathe deeply now, resting in the quiet strength within you. Here, in this gentle unfolding, find the calm that carries you peacefully into the day ahead. A still hush lingers in the air, as if the entire world is pausing in a sacred breath. The light stretches across the sky, like a slow exhale, touching treetops, rooftops, and the quiet curve of the horizon. Everything is illuminated without effort, softly, fully naturally. There is a Zen story of a monk who swept the temple courtyard every morning, even when no leaves had fallen. When asked why, he replied, "I'm sweeping away the dust you cannot see." You too can tend to the unseen within you, not by force, but with gentle attention and care. Feel your breath as a quiet act of sweeping, each inhale a soft gathering, each exhale a release, a clearing of the mind's surface. There is no need to do anything more. Just breathe and let the invisible dust settle. Imagine a quiet clearing in the woods where the sunlight lands in golden pools on mossy ground. This clearing lives within you, a place untouched by fear or worry, always waiting, always still. The warmth of the day grows slowly, but you remain at peace, centered in the hush between moments. You are not separate from this world, but quietly moving with it in harmony without need to control or grasp. Breathe gently now and allow this inner clearing to expand. Let the breath move through you like wind, through tall grass, soft, rhythmic, effortless. Here, in the heart of silence, you find the presence that does not change, the calm that holds everything gently as it comes and goes. The world glows with the golden quiet of mid-morning, and everything seems to soften under its touch. Shadows are no longer sharp, and even time appears to slow, as if taking a long, gentle breath with you. In this warmth, there is no striving, only stillness unfolding. A Zen master once held up an empty bowl and said, This is fullness. His students were confused until they realized the bowl holds only because it is empty. In the same way, your own spaciousness allows life to flow freely through you. You don't need to be filled with answers. You need only to be open. Feel your breath flowing through the open bowl of your body, air moving in, moving out, without pressure or resistance. This simplicity is sacred. In this moment, nothing is missing. Imagine a path through a bamboo forest, the tall stalks swaying lightly in the breeze, whispering their secrets to one another. You walk slowly, not to arrive somewhere, but to be part of the path itself. Each step becomes an arrival. The light filters through the canopy in soft patterns, dappling your skin, warming your heart. You are at ease here in the embrace of nature and time, with nowhere to go, nothing to become. Just this step, just this breath. Breathe deeply now, and allow that spaciousness to expand within your body, your thoughts, your heart. There is no hurry. In the silence between movements, in the pause between breaths, you begin to remember peace was never far. It was simply waiting for you to be still enough to feel it. The air is warm now, still gentle, wrapping around you like a familiar robe. Insects buzz faintly in the distance, not as a distraction, but as part of the great hum of life that continues with or without your attention. You are not outside of this rhythm. You are it, breathing with it, dissolving into it. There is an old teaching of a monk who sat quietly while others sought grand truths in scriptures and speeches. When asked what he had learned from silence, he replied, "The mountain does not read, but it still stands." You do not need more answers right now. You need stillness, and that stillness already lives inside you. Feel the breath move through you again, softer now, quieter. It no longer announces itself, it simply is. There is no need to follow it anymore. It knows the way. All you must do is allow. Imagine a paper lantern floating in the air, held by nothing but warm wind and intention. It rises not by force, but by surrender. In the same way, when you stop gripping so tightly to thoughts, outcomes, identity, you rise, not to escape, but to return to what is vast and quiet and true. The sun rests fully now across the land, illuminating everything without judgment. It does not choose where to shine. It just shines. You too can be that gentle present, unwavering soft in your existence. Breathe in and feel how deeply you are already here. Breathe out and let go of the last bit of holding. You are not trying to reach peace. You are remembering that it never left. It waits quietly in the space you just now stepped into. The wind shifts slightly, brushing across your skin like a quiet hand, reminding you that everything moves, even stillness. The trees sway in slow rhythm, their leaves whispering secrets that only the present moment can hear. Nothing in nature resists the wind, and neither do you. You let it pass through. There's a story of a teacher who drew a circle in the sand and said, "This is everything you fear and everything you chase. Step outside it." The student paused, then simply erased the line. Peace comes not from escaping the circle, but from realizing it was never there. Feel your breath now as more than air. Feel it as space opening within you, between thoughts, between the heartbeats. In that space, nothing presses, nothing pulls. You are held and you are free. Picture yourself sitting beside a quiet stream, its surface smooth like glass, its current invisible yet constant. The water doesn't rush to be elsewhere. It flows because it must, with no ambition, no resistance. You too can live like this stream, gently, steadily, without striving. The sun climbs higher, but there is no urgency. Even time seems to stretch thin, losing its edges in the warmth and quiet. You are no longer watching the day unfold. You are the unfolding. Breathe deeply now and know that nothing is required of you. Not wisdom, not change, not even effort. Just this presence, just this breath. Let it be enough. Let it be everything. Here in this breath, you are already home. In this pause, in this vast and open awareness, there is no past to carry, no future to fear. Only this quiet, this softness, this now. And it is more than enough. The air grows still as the world pauses in gentle reverence, and you sense the space between each heartbeat expanding like a calm horizon. In this vast openness, the teaching of equanimity reveals itself, the boundless middle way that holds joy and sorrow with equal tenderness. A Zen monk once balanced a feather atop his fingertip, remarking, "When you stay centered, even the lightest weight becomes home." You too are that center, unshaken by passing winds of thought. Feel your breath as the soft rise and fall of wings, each inhale lifting you into presence, each exhale settling you back into peace. Picture yourself floating on a silent lake at dawn. No current sweeps you away, yet you move with effortless grace. In this gentle floating, notice how resistance dissolves and your heart opens wider than before. Breathe in and welcome whatever arises. Breathe out and let it slip away, like ripples fading at the lake's edge. Here in the stillness of your own awareness, you find the quiet strength of balance, steady, serene, and free. A gentle warmth spreads through your chest as you rest in this expansive stillness, a soft bloom of gratitude rising in your heart. This is the essence of the beginner's mind, a fresh openness that greets each moment as though for the first time. A novice monk once asked his teacher how to maintain wonder forever. The master replied, "Treat each breath as your very first." You feel that freshness now, as though every inhale carries new light. Notice the simple miracles around you, the slow dance of a dust mote in a sunbeam, the subtle shift of air on your skin, the quiet beating of your own heart. What if you approached each sensation without expectation, without comparison, simply receiving it as a gift? In this space, even the most ordinary details become profound teachers. Breathe in with curiosity as if tasting tea for the first time. Breathe out with gentle appreciation, letting each moment ripple through you. Here, in the tender openness of beginner's mind, your heart rests softly, reborn in the quiet wonder of now. A soft tension melts away as you settle deeper into this uncharted territory of fresh awareness. Here, in the simplicity of bare sensation, lies the teaching of direct experience beyond thoughts, beyond stories, pure knowing. A skilled archer once spoke of aiming not at a distant target, but at the space between arrow and bowstring, trusting that the shot would find its mark. In the same way, you need not pursue peace. It finds you when you rest in the space of your own being. Notice the subtle sounds of your body, the quiet shiver of muscles letting go, the pulse of life moving without your effort. What remains when you release labels, judgments, comparisons, a still clarity, luminous and unclaimed. Breathe in, inviting the richness of this moment to fill you completely. Breathe out and feel the weight of self-doubt dissolve like mist under the morning sun. You are both the archer and the arrow, the bow, and the release whole, precise, and free. In this seamless flow of presence, your heart becomes the spacious ground from which all life can gently unfold. Soft echoes of your breath mingle with the distant call of a lone bird heralding midday stillness. In this serene pause, the teaching of mindful presence unveils itself each moment, complete and whole precisely as it is. A wandering monk once paused beside a temple bell and struck it listening as the sound arose, lingered, and faded. He said, "Mindfulness is like that bell, present, resonant, and gone." You too can touch this clarity. Now breathe in, be fully here. Breathe out, let it go. Feel the quiet boundary between effort and ease dissolve. Imagine the space between two trees where sunlight pours through unmeasured free. This openness is your own mind, vast, clear, and ready to receive every pulse of experience without grasping. Breathe, gently welcoming each sensation as it arrives. Breathe softly, releasing each thought as it passes. In this gentle rhythm, you find the quiet joy of simply being undisturbed, unhindered, and entirely at peace. A soft hush settles as the sun rests directly overhead, casting no harsh shadows, but bathing everything in gentle, even light. In this gentle clarity lies the teaching of simplicity. When you remove all excess, what remains is pure being. A Zen master once offered his student a simple bowl of rice, explaining, "When you savor the taste without distraction, you taste the world. You can taste this moment fully, the warmth on your skin, the quiet strength in your breath, the subtle aliveness in every cell." Notice how, when you release the urge to adorn experience with stories or judgments, life itself becomes richly textured and vivid. Breathe in, savoring the simplicity of presence. Breathe out, letting slip any need for adornment. Here in the heart of uncomplicated awareness, your spirit rests freely nourished by the clear light of pure unclouded now. A soft warmth lingers in the air as the sun begins its slow descent, casting long golden rays that dance gently on the earth. In this shifting light, you feel the teaching of compassion arise when you open your heart to suffering, not only your own, but that of all beings. You discover a tenderness that heals and connects. A story tells of a master who, seeing a wounded bird fall at his feet, cupped it gently in his hands and whispered words of comfort until its song returned. You too can hold your own sorrows with such kindness, cradling each tender moment without judgment. Feel your breath as a soothing balm. Each inhale, inviting understanding. Each exhale, releasing barriers between yourself and the wider world. What arises when you extend that same compassion inward toward every corner of your being? As dusk draws near, let your heart soften like a petal, unfolding at twilight, and rest in the quiet, knowing that kindness first given to self radiates outward in endless ripples of peace. A gentle hush falls as the sky deepens into dusky hues, and you sense the teaching of non-attachment unfolding before you, the wisdom of letting go without losing your center. A Zen story tells of a farmer whose crops withered in a sudden drought. When he tried to force the soil, the land hardened. But when he simply rested his hands in the earth and trusted the season's cycle, rain returned of its own accord. You too can rest your hands in the soil of your life, releasing the need to twist and mold each moment. Feel your breath like soft rain falling on parched ground, intended not to change what is, but to nourish what already lives within you. What arises when you allow each thought and feeling to come and go without clinging or aversion? In this letting be discover a spacious ease where heart and mind breathe together in gentle harmony. A soft glow lingers on the horizon as the day's last light fades, inviting the teaching of gratitude to arise in your heart, recognizing each moment as a gift no matter how small. A story speaks of a wandering monk who before every meal paused to trace 3 fingers in the air, honoring sky earth and all beings whose efforts brought food to his bowl. You too can trace this simple gesture in your mind, acknowledge the breath that sustains you, the body that carries you, the mind that perceives beauty in the everyday. Feel your breath deepen with appreciation, each inhale gathering the gifts around you, each exhale releasing any sense of lack. What blossoms when you rest in gratitude, letting your heart open like a flower toward the sun? As twilight settles into night's embrace, let thankfulness be your quiet companion, carrying you gently into rest. A delicate hush falls as the first stars peek into the violet sky, and you sense the teaching of interdependence unfolding like threads in a tapestry. No element stands alone, yet each has its own place and purpose. A Zen master once placed 2 bowls side by side and poured water into one, watching as the overflow filled the second. He said, "All things share the same source. One drop leads to another." Feel your breath ripple through your whole being, each inhale drawing in life's vast network, each exhale returning it with gentle gratitude. Imagine your thoughts, feelings, and sensations not as isolated islands, but as part of an ever-flowing river that circles back into the sea. What peace arises when you no longer view yourself as separate, but as a living bridge connecting all that is. Breathe softly now, and let the sense of unity deepen your heart, expanding outward and inward in the same gentle movement until you rest in the quiet, knowing that in belonging to everything you are perfectly at home. A cool breeze stirs the air once more, carrying the faint scent of evening blossoms that open only at twilight. This moment invites the teaching of right effort, the gentle practice of guiding your mind toward wholesome thoughts without force or strain. A Zen master once likened effort to tending a small flame in the wind. Too little care, and it fades. Too much, and it flares uncontrollably. You too find balance by softly nurturing the spark of presence within, neither pushing nor neglecting it. Feel your breath as that steady flame, each inhale kindling awareness, each exhale releasing distractions. There is no need for grand effort. Simple, continuous attention is enough. Notice how your mind, when attended with kindness, naturally settles into clarity and calm. Imagine a lantern swinging in a quiet courtyard, its light unwavering, though it moves with each step. In its glow, shadows shift and soften, revealing textures that the harsh sun cannot show. Your own awareness can be this lantern, steady, gentle, illuminating the hidden corners of your being with warmth and grace. As night deepens around you, allow this soft effort to guide you into stillness. Breathe in with intention, inviting peace. Breathe out with ease, letting go of any lingering tension. In this balanced practice, your heart finds a quiet rhythm, steady, open, and alive to the mystery of simply being. A lone cricket begins its song, steady and unwavering, reminding you of the teaching of right mindfulness, holding gentle, continuous watchfulness over each moment. A Zen tale tells of a disciple who asked how to train the mind. The master replied, "Notice the cradle of the next breath as it forms, and you will dwell in presence." Feel your breath rise softly, forming a tiny wave at the tip of your nostrils. Notice it as it retreats, leaving calm in its wake. This simple awareness, like the steady rhythm of the cricket's call, anchors you in now. Imagine a small pool of still water, its surface undisturbed until a single pebble ripples outward. In turning your attention inward with kind vigilance, you become both the pebble and the pool, awakened by the gentle movement you create, yet at peace in the mirror of stillness that remains. Breathe, with this mindful clarity, welcoming each sensation as it comes, letting it pass without grasping. In this seamless flow of attention and ease, your heart rests deeply alert and serene, carried by the night's soft song. A hush falls as the evening deepens, and you feel the teaching of effortless action Wu Wei, unfolding like a silent river that moves without striving. Imagine the water flowing around stones, not by force, but by yielding, taking the path of least resistance yet reaching the sea with perfect ease. You too can let your actions arise naturally, without pushing or pulling against life's current. There is a Zen story of a master who walked through the forest leaving no footprints. When asked how he vanished without a trace, he replied, "I simply moved with the forest, neither ahead of it nor behind. I was the wind in the trees." Feel your breath as that wind flowing softly through your body, guiding you into action that is smooth, gentle, and in harmony with what is. Notice how your mind wants to plan to control, to arrange each moment before it arrives. In this soft dusk, invite yourself to step back, to trust the wisdom already present within. Ask what happens when I allow this moment to be exactly as it is without trying to change it. In that pause, you find freedom. Picture a dancer gliding across a stage, every movement born from the music rather than from effort. The dancer does not will each step forcefully, but listens to the rhythm and moves in response. You can be this dancer in your own life, attuned to the subtle melody of now moving with grace and ease. Breathe gently now, feeling each inhale collect intention and each exhale release expectation. Let your heart rest in the space where doing and non-doing merge into simple being. Here in the silent flow of presence, your actions become natural expressions of a peaceful, open mind, effortless, whole, and free. A soft night breeze stirs the curtains, carrying the whisper of distant waves against the shore. Gentle reminders that all rhythms in life rise and fall in harmony. This is the teaching of right view, seeing things as they truly are without distortion or clinging. A Zen master once handed his student a flower and a thorn together and asked which was more real. The student hesitated, then realized both arise from the same stem. In the same way, joy and sorrow, gain and lost pleasure, and pain all flow from the same source of experience. Feel your breath as the tide itself, drawing in and releasing with effortless wisdom. Each inhale gathers what is true. Each exhale lets go of what obscures clear vision. What sees the breath when the labels of good and bad fall away? Rest in that simple seeing. Imagine standing at the water's edge, stones smoothing beneath your feet with each gentle wave. The shore holds both calm and motion form and formlessness. You too can stand here open-balanced, accepting the full spectrum of life without preference or aversion. Breathe softly now and rest in this clear awareness. Here in the union of breath and insight, your heart finds home in the ever-changing, ever-present flow of reality, steady, serene, and free. A hush falls once more as the world seems to pause in gentle expectation, and you sense the teaching of generosity arising like a hidden spring, giving not from abundance alone, but from the spaciousness of your own heart. A story is told of a monk who each dawn slipped a small coin into a beggar's bowl, not to earn merit, but simply because his own joy overflowed. When asked why he gave so freely, he replied, "In giving, I discover more of what I truly have." Feel your breath as that coin, each inhale drawing in the riches of the present moment, each exhale offering whatever you've received back into the flow. What if every thought, every feeling, every gesture became an act of giving gifted, without expectation, unmeasured, and whole? As you rest here, let generosity become the silent rhythm of your being, opening space for kindness to ripple outward, carrying you gently into the next breath of this unfolding night. A soft chorus of night creatures hums around you, reminding you of the teaching of harmonious living, right livelihood extended beyond work into every breath and intention. A Zen master once observed a spider weaving its web at dawn, each delicate strand placed with mindful care, serving its own life while respecting the flow of the morning breeze. You too can weave your actions with such presence, ensuring each choice honors the well-being of all beings, including yourself. Feel your breath as that spider's thread, steady, deliberate, and connected. Each inhale gathers clarity. Each exhale sends compassion outward. Notice how your intentions shape the unseen web of your life. Imagine standing beneath a vast canopy of stars, each one a point of light in an intricate pattern. Your actions, like stars, contribute to the greater design. What shifts when you move through the world with conscious kindness, aligning your livelihood with harmony and respect? Breathe deeply now and let this wisdom settle within. In the gentle stillness of mindful living, your heart finds its true work, weaving moments of care into the tapestry of existence. A soft stillness deepens as the night sky blankets you in velvet calm, inviting the teaching of right concentration to reveal its gentle power, focused attention held with ease. A Zen master once guided a student to gaze upon a single candle flame until all distractions fell away. In that serene focus, the student discovered a clarity that illuminated both the flame and the heart. You too can rest your mind upon the steady light of your own breath, letting everything else fade into the background. Feel your inhale steady and clear, like a beam of moonlight cutting through darkness. Feel your exhale release every drifting thought until only the luminous presence of now remains. Notice how concentration born of softness does not force the mind, but simply invites it home. Imagine the surface of a still pond at midnight, undisturbed by wind or ripple, a perfect mirror, reflecting stars with crystalline accuracy. This is the nature of your awareness when held in gentle concentration, spacious, sharp, and deeply calm. Breathe in, gathering the scattered pieces of your attention. Breathe out, allowing them to settle into peaceful unity. In this quiet gathering, you find a deep well of serenity, a clear pool in which the heart rests undisturbed, luminous, and complete. A gentle calm settles as the night deepens, inviting the teaching of contentment to arise, a simple sufficiency that blossoms when desire softens. A Zen master once showed his student two bowls, one empty, the other overflowing with rice. He asked, "Which one is full?" The student thought the overflowing bowl, but the master gently replied, "The one that is enough." Notice how, in this moment, everything you need is already here. Feel your breath as a quiet reassurance, each inhale welcoming what is, each exhale releasing longing for what isn't. What if you embrace this sufficiency, valuing the warmth of your own heart, the steady rise and fall of breath, the peace and stillness? In this soft acceptance, want and lack dissolve, leaving room for quiet joy to emerge without fanfare. Breathe deeply now and rest in the gentle fullness of simply having what is exactly as it is. A soft hush lingers as the air grows cooler, inviting the teaching of right speech, not merely in words, but in the silence between them where truth and compassion dwell. A story tells of an elder who spoke only when necessary, each word chosen like a precious stone, and in that restraint found clarity. You too can honor this wisdom by tending your inner dialogue, letting compassion guide each thought, and allowing silence to speak its own gentle truth. Feel your breath as a tide of quiet language, each inhale drawing in understanding, each exhale releasing harshness and doubt. Notice how, when you pause before thought or word, a spacious compassion unfolds within, transforming noise into stillness. Imagine a mountain lake at dusk, its surface so clear that every ripple seems to carry a message of its own. Yet most of the lake remains unspoken, holding depths unseen. Your mind can be like this reflective calm, allowing words and thoughts to surface only when they serve kindness and clarity. Breathe softly now and rest in the silence of your own heart. Here, in this gentle stillness, between breaths, you discover the power of unspoken wisdom, profound, compassionate, and alive. A gentle stillness settles around you, and within that calm, the teaching of loving kindness, metta begins to bloom, a quiet warmth that radiates from your heart to all beings. A story speaks of a monk who each morning would silently repeat blessings for himself, for his teacher, for strangers, and even for those he found difficult. Over time, his waking kindness became an effortless fragrance in the world. You too can sow seeds of compassion with each breath. Breathe in, drawing gentle goodwill toward yourself. Breathe out, extending that warmth outward to loved ones, neighbors, and even those you have yet to meet. Feel how this simple practice softens barriers, reminding you that beneath every face lies the same longing for peace. Imagine your heart as a lantern whose light never dims its glow, touching every corner of your life. In this soft radiance, notice how judgment and fear dissolve, leaving space only for care and connection. Breathe deeply now and rest in the tender expansiveness of loving kindness, allowing its ripple to carry you gently into the unfolding night. A stillness deepens as the night breathes around you, inviting the teaching of letting your mind rest, like the sky, vast open and untouched by passing clouds. A Zen master once asked his student to draw the sky on a piece of paper. The student hesitated, realizing no lines, no form could capture its essence. The sky cannot be grasped. The master smiled, yet it holds everything. Feel your breath as this boundless space, each inhale expanding the horizon of your awareness, each exhale releasing the weight of thought into openness. What freedom arises when you stop trying to pin down experience and instead let it unfold within the limitless sky of your being. Imagine clouds drifting across a silent expanse, changing shape yet never altering the openness beneath. In this effortless clarity, your heart rests in spacious peace, held by the unmeasurable vastness that is already you. Breathe gently now, and let the quiet immensity of your own mind cradle you into deeper rest. A soft hush returns as the world holds its breath, inviting the teaching of the ordinary mind, the deep wisdom found in simple, unadorned awareness. A Zen master once declared, ordinary mind is the way reminding his student that true clarity comes not from extraordinary states, but from the natural flow of everyday experience. Feel your breath settle into its usual rhythm, nothing special, nothing forced, just the gentle rise and fall that carries you through each moment. As you notice the hum of the room, the subtle beating of your heart, the faint warmth of your skin against the air, you touch the profound simplicity of ordinary mind. What if you treated this very breathing as the ultimate practice, allowing each inhalation and exhalation to reveal the fullness of what already is? In that ease, you discover that every moment, exactly as it is complete. Breathe in, resting in the gentle perfection of now. Breathe out, releasing any need to seek beyond what is already here. In this simple turning of attention, your heart finds its most natural home, quiet, clear, and entirely at peace. A cool ripple of air drifts through the night, and you sense the teaching of simplicity in action, right intention, carried in every thought, every breath. A Zen master once paused during a journey, quietly shifting his pack to rest upon less worn shoulders, demonstrating that even small adjustments align us more closely with ease. Notice how your own mind shifts when you set aside complicating stories and return to simple intention to breathe, to be present, to rest. Feel your breath as a guiding star, steady, clear, unwavering, each inhale drawing you back, each exhale releasing what veils your natural wisdom. Imagine walking barefoot along a quiet path, each step an intention to honor this moment, leaving only gentle impressions on the earth. In that mindful stride, you discover that right intention need not be grand. It is born in the humble choice to align heart and mind with what serves peace. Breathe softly now and let simplicity steer you into the heart of stillness, where each moment unfolds with graceful ease. A soft hush settles as stars glimmer faintly overhead, inviting the teaching of patience to unfold like the slow opening of a lotus bud. A Zen master once planted a single seed in a barren field and tended it without urgency, watering and weeding each day. Years later, a lone flower bloomed its beauty, born of steady care rather than haste. You too cultivate your inner garden, not by rushing toward blossoms, but by honoring each moment of growth, no matter how small. Feel your breath as the gentle rhythm of seasons, each inhale, a spring rain nourishing unseen roots. Each exhale, the autumn wind clearing fallen leaves. Notice how, when you release the need for immediate results, the heart softens and trust deepens. Imagine a candle flame held steadily against a night breeze. It does not flicker in anxious fear, nor rage against the wind, but simply dances with it, illuminating softly. In the same way, your spirit can remain steady amid life's currents, glowing with quiet resolve. What arises when you allow patience to guide your journey, welcoming each step, each setback, each moment of calm as essential teachers? Breathe in, gathering kindness for yourself. Breathe out, surrendering all hurry. Here, in this gentle unfolding, you rest in the unwavering peace of patient clarity. A stillness deepens as the night sky stretches wider, inviting the teaching of mindful gratitude to arise with soft clarity, recognizing the simple gift of this very breath. A Zen master once led his students outside before dawn, asking them to gather each breath like a pebble in their palms. Only when they learned to cherish one breath did they understand the miracle of many. Feel your breath as that pebble, solid, precious, steady, each inhale a gentle blessing, each exhale a quiet offering back to the world. Notice how in this moment of simple gratitude, every tension softens, every thought finds its rightful place. Imagine the moon's pale light illuminating a single flower, its petals open in silent beauty, held gently in the glow. You too are held in this luminous gratitude, your heart opening with each gentle inhale. Breathe deeply now and rest in the tender fullness of thanks carried gently into the unfolding night. A hush returns as the air cools further, inviting the teaching of right action to unfold a quiet alignment of body, speech, and mind toward wholesome deeds. A Zen story tells of a disciple who found a wounded fox on the hillside. Though fearful, she tended its wounds with gentle hands, nursing it back to health without thought of praise or reward. In that simple service, she discovered that true action arises naturally from a compassionate heart. Feel your breath steady, each inhale gathering resolve, each exhale releasing doubt and hesitation. What if every gesture, however small, offering a smile, holding space for someone's silence, choosing kindness over indifference, became an expression of sacred intention? Imagine your life as a path where each step is guided not by ego, but by the quiet wisdom of caring service. Breathe in, inviting the strength to act with integrity. Breathe out, allowing compassion to guide your hands and words. In this gentle practice of right action, your heart finds its truest expression, alive, open, and wholly at peace. A hush lingers as you sense the teaching of dependent origination unfolding the truth that every moment arises from countless causes and conditions interwoven like threads in a vast tapestry. A Zen master once asked his students to trace the origin of a single leaf back through seasons of rain, sun, and fertile earth until they saw the whole cycle of life at work. Feel your breath as one thread in this intricate weave. Each inhale gathers the warmth of countless moments behind it. Each exhale returns that energy quietly to the world. Imagine the gentle interplay of sun and soil seed and rain, each giving rise to the other without beginning or end. Your own thoughts, feelings, and actions follow this same pattern, born of past moments shaping the ones to come. What freedom arises when you recognize that nothing stands alone, that your present peace is both cause and effect of every breath you've ever taken. Notice the subtle dance of causes and conditions inside you. Sensations prompting attention, guiding intention, shaping action, weaving new experience. In this seamless flow, there is no fixed self to grasp, only life unfolding moment by moment in perfect harmony. Breathe in and feel gratitude for the web of support that sustains you. Breathe out and release any sense of isolation. Here, in the quiet recognition of interdependence, your heart rests deeply held by the living tapestry of existence, vast, connected, and whole. A soft radiance glimmers as the moon reaches its zenith, illuminating the quiet world below, and revealing the teaching of the middle way, walking the path between extremes of indulgence and austerity. A story is told of a monk who, having tried both lavish feasts and strict fasting, discovered neither brought true peace until he found balance in simple nourishment. Feel your breath as that balanced meal, each inhale a mindful bite, each exhale a gentle pause, nourishing without excess, sustaining without deprivation. Imagine a slender bridge arcing over still waters, sturdy yet delicate, connecting two shores without favoring one over the other. You too can be this bridge, walking steadily between effort and ease, between longing and aversion, holding the heart's center with graceful poise. Notice how your thoughts wander toward extremes, desire for more, fear of lack, and gently guide them back to the middle space where breath flows evenly and the mind rests without sway. In this balanced rhythm, you find true freedom. Breathe in, inviting harmony. Breathe out, releasing any pull toward excess or neglect. Here in this place of balanced presence, your heart rests in serene equilibrium, steady calm, and poised to carry you through the night's gentle unfolding. A gentle calm settles over the landscape as the moon's reflection shimmers on a quiet pond, and you sense the teaching of non-duality revealing itself beyond all pairs of opposites, the unity that underlies diversity. A Zen story tells of a student who, standing before a mirror, asked the master, "Which is real, the reflection or the face?" The master replied, "Neither nor both, they are one movement of awareness. Feel your breath as that unity, each inhale merging with the world, each exhale dissolving any boundary you might draw between self and other. Notice how, in this seamless flow, the dance of light and shadow, joy and sorrow springs from the same source and returns to it. What remains when you rest in this undivided awareness, watching thoughts and sensations arise and fall like waves on the same ocean? In this deep recognition, your heart opens wide, neither holding nor letting go, simply being the vast, luminous presence that is home to all things. Breathe gently now and rest in the quiet symmetry of non-duality, carried safely in the knowing that all is complete whole and intimately one. A soft echo of dawn's first light begins to stir the horizon, and you sense the teaching of profound stillness emerging, the peace found beneath all movement. A Zen master once sat motionless for days, neither eating nor speaking, until a student asked how he endured such silence. The master simply pointed to a tranquil pond, saying, "Still water reflects the moon without disturbance. So too does still mind reveal the truth." Feel your breath as that mirror, each inhale, settling ripples, each exhale deepening the calm surface of your being. Notice how thoughts circle like clouds overhead, but leave the clear sky untouched. What remains when you rest beneath the movement of mind, observing without engagement? In this profound stillness, your heart uncovers its quiet core, ever-present, luminous and unshaken. Breathe gently now, and let this deep calm carry you effortlessly into the unfolding flow of the day's awakening, held always in the tranquil depths of your own awareness. A pale light now suffuses the world, gentle and unwavering, inviting the teaching of naturalness, Ziran, the spontaneous unfolding of things just as they are. A Zen master once observed a stone garden where each rock lay precisely without human design, forming a harmonious landscape, born of nature's own arrangement. You, too, can trust the inherent wisdom within life's unfolding, noticing how each breath, each thought arises without effort. Feel your breath as the effortless rise and fall of tide upon the shore, each inhale drawn in by the moon's pull, each exhale surrendering into the vast sea. There is no will guiding it, and yet it flows in perfect harmony. Imagine a field of grasses left to sway, without pruning their wild beauty, forming patterns no gardener could foresee. In the same way, your moments weave together into a living tapestry richer than any crafted plan. Notice how, when you allow your mind to rest in simplicity, without striving or correcting it, reveals an elegant order beneath apparent randomness. In this natural embrace, your heart opens like petals in dawn's light, unforced and whole. Breathe softly now and rest in the serene ease of what simply is. Here, in the gentle unfolding of naturalness, you find a timeless peace, alive, effortless, and entirely at home. A soft glow warms the sky as morning approaches, and you sense the teaching of returning Fan Hui, the gentle practice of coming back to the source. No matter how far the mind may wander, each breath is an invitation home. A Zen story tells of a novice who chased butterflies through the garden until the master called, "The butterfly you seek is already perched on your shoulder." You too can pause and notice wherever you thought you needed to go, you have always been here. Feel your breath as the path leading you back to this moment. Each inhale drawing you nearer. Each exhale releasing the illusion of distance. All journeys end in the same quiet place, the stillness of your own awareness. Imagine standing at the threshold of a door you've always carried within a door that opens only with the simple turn of attention. What happens when you open it now, letting your presence fill the room of your heart? In its quiet light, you find every step you've taken, every thought you've entertained, and every story you've told converging into a single point of calm. Breathe deeply now and rest in this returning. Here, in the soft convergence of breath, and being your heart finds its way home, steady, open, and entirely at peace. A hushed clarity settles as you sense the teaching of the Four Noble Truths gently arising. First, the recognition that suffering arises. Second, its cause and clinging. Third, the possibility of its cessation. And fourth, the path leading to that end. A Zen monk once presented his students with a cracked bowl of rice and an unbroken one, asking which held more nourishment. They realized the cracked bowl symbolized suffering. No matter how full, it could not contain peace until mended. Feel your breath as both the crack and the mending each inhale, acknowledging what aches, each exhale releasing the grip that causes sorrow. What if you held your pain with the same tenderness you would a precious but damaged vessel? In that compassionate tending, you discover the bowl can hold fullness again. Breathe in, honoring the truth of hardship. Breathe out, welcoming the release it offers when met with gentle wisdom. Here, in the silent knowing of suffering and its end, your heart rests in liberated ease, whole, healed, and infinitely free. A soft stillness lingers as the world settles between night's final hush and dawn's first stirrings, and you sense the teaching of the Eightfold Path's unity, unfolding each element supporting the next in a circle of awakening. Remember the monk who wove sandals from fallen leaves, each step a practice of right view, intention speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. You too can let each breath trace the circle. Inhale with clear understanding. Exhale with compassionate intention. Inhale, gathering gentle words. Exhale, offering kindness. Inhale, steady action. Exhale, releasing harm. Inhale, mindful presence. Exhale, focused calm. Picture your very being as this woven sandal, strong yet light, guiding you step by step without separation. Feel your breath draw you inward, and then send you outward in seamless rhythm, each cycle strengthening the path beneath your feet. Here, in this balanced flow of insight and ease, your heart rests in harmonious alignment, whole, radiant, and ready to greet whatever comes next. A gentle warmth spreads through the clearing as the first bird song greets the new day, and you sense the teaching of relinquishment unfolding like petals falling from a blossom, each release making room for deeper peace. A story is told of a monk who each dawn would discard one of his few belongings into the river, trusting that what truly served him would always return. Over time, his pack grew lighter until he carried nothing yet felt infinitely supported. Feel your breath as that river's current, each inhale gathering what you need, each exhale letting go of what you no longer do. What remains when you release the weight of attachment and lean fully into the flow of life? Notice how your thoughts, once clinging to plans or regrets, now drift like fallen leaves upon calm water, each one carried away without resistance. Imagine yourself walking barefoot along the riverbank, the cool stones beneath your feet awakening every nerve with gentle clarity. With each step, you practice right effort, not forcing comfort, but meeting each sensation, each moment, with tender mindfulness and ease. As the sky softens into pale gold, allow a final reflection to arise. What space opens within you when you cease casting stones of judgment into the pond of your mind? In the quiet that follows, feel your heart rest deeply buoyed by the simple truth that in letting go, you never lose. You only discover the boundless freedom you carried all along. A quiet hush settles as the river's gentle murmur guides you toward the teaching of inherent Buddha nature, the evergreen presence of awakening within every heart. A Zen master once led his students to a forest of towering trees and asked, "Where does the sap of enlightenment flow?" They watched as each tree drew nourishment from the same earth, sunlight, and rain. He said, "Just as the forest shares one source, so too does every being hold the seed of awakening." Feel your breath as that sap, each inhale drawing in the essence of peace, each exhale sending its gentle life back into the world. Imagine your own heart as a hidden lotus bud beneath the surface, quiet, waiting perfect. What happens when you rest in the certainty that this sacred potential needs no external prompting to bloom? In that trust, effort softens into ease. Notice how your thoughts, like petals, can unfold naturally when given space and warmth. With each breath, cultivate the conditions of self-compassion, patience, and open-hearted awareness, allowing your true nature to reveal itself without force. Breathe in deeply, now filling every cell with the quiet confidence of Buddha nature. Breathe out, gently releasing any doubt that it could ever be otherwise. In this seamless unfolding of presence, your heart awakens softly, whole, luminous, and free. A soft ripple of dawn's light flows through your awareness, carrying the teaching of diligent perseverance, virya, the steady energy that nurtures every step of the path. A Zen story tells of a monk who, despite crippling cold, continued to carry water each morning, believing that the warmth of purpose would thaw any hardship. Over time, his resolve became an inner fire that no winter could extinguish. Feel your breath as that unwavering flame, each inhale stoking intention, each exhale releasing doubt. Notice how, when you meet each moment with gentle resolve rather than force, obstacles soften, and the path unfolds naturally beneath your feet. Imagine yourself planting seeds of calm and kindness with every breath, tending them through patient attention until they blossom into quiet strength. In this balanced effort, neither hurried nor lax, you discover that perseverance is not a burden, but a gentle current carrying you forward. Breathe in, welcoming the quiet power of steady purpose. Breathe out, letting your heart rest in its faithful rhythm. Here, in this seamless convergence of breath and intention, you find a resilience that is at once tender and enduring, guiding you gently into the unfolding day. A hush settles as the world pauses in anticipation of morning's full arrival, and you sense the teaching of reflective awareness, turning the lens inward with gentle curiosity. A Zen story tells of a student who asked his master, "Where do thoughts go when they vanish?" The master invited him to watch his own reflection ripple in water, and then still again. He said, "Thoughts are like ripples. They arise and fade, but the water beneath remains clear. Feel your breath as that water, each inhale stirring gentle ripples of awareness, each exhale restoring a calm clarity. Notice how your mind, when observed without judgment, reveals itself as open space rather than a tangle of stories. Imagine sitting beside a tranquil lake at dawn, the surface perfectly smooth, reflecting sky and earth without distortion. In that reflection, you find your own mind, silent, vast, and unbroken. Breathe in with quiet curiosity, inviting every sensation and thought into view. Breathe out with soft acceptance, letting each one drift away like petals on the water's surface. Here, in this luminous mirror of your own awareness, your heart rests deeply clear, open, and wholly awake. A gentle hush fills the air as the world settles into the quiet afterglow of dawn, inviting the teaching of karma, the understanding that every intention and action sows seeds whose fruits we one day harvest. You feel this in your breath, each inhale gathering the essence of what you choose to nurture, each exhale releasing the residue of past habits. There is a Zen tale of a humble farmer who planted rice one season only to find his fields lush. The next season, he neglected his work and the harvest failed. He realized that care in every small moment brings its own reward. Notice how your own mental field responds to attention, what blossoms when you water it with kindness, and what withers when you ignore it. As you breathe softly, now ask yourself, what seeds are you planting with each thought, each gesture? In this mindful tending, you shape a life of gentle purpose, and your heart rests in the fertile soil of awareness ready to bloom. A soft stillness returns as the world breathes in unity, guiding you to the teaching of gentle presence, the simple act of just being without doing. A Zen master once invited his students to sit beside a single flame until it burned itself out, discovering that in resting with what is all striving falls away. Feel your breath as that flame, steady, unwavering, luminous, each inhale welcoming the warmth of pure awareness, each exhale softening every edge of effort. Notice how, when action stops and presence takes its place, the mind settles like wind-calmed waters. Imagine yourself seated by a quiet hearth, its embers glowing in silent companionship, needing nothing more than your attentive stillness. In this shared quiet, you and the flame become one, neither reaching for more nor fearing less, simply luminous in mutual being. Breathe in with receptive calm. Breathe out with gentle ease. Here, in this effortless circle of breath and stillness, your heart rests unburdened, complete in the tender embrace of pure presence. A soft quiet settles as you rest in the space between breaths, inviting the teaching of trusting the unknown, the gentle courage to embrace mystery beyond certainty. A Zen master once handed his students an empty teacup and said, "The moment you think you understand, the cup is full. To learn, you must drink with an open cup." Feel your breath as that cup, each inhale creating room for what you cannot yet know. Each exhale releasing the illusion that you must have all the answers. Notice how, when you stop clutching certainty, the heart softens and curiosity blooms. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest at dusk, the path ahead, hidden in shadows, yet every step guided by the light within you. In that moment, trust becomes your compass, quiet, steady, and unwavering. Breathe in, welcoming the gentle unknown. Breathe out, releasing every need to map the journey before you. Here in the fertile space of mystery, your heart rests lightly open to wonder and at peace with all that lies beyond seeing. A soft hush settles as you sense the teaching of appreciative joy, mudita, arising like sunlight, dancing on dewdrops. Instead of searching for your own happiness, you learn to delight in the well-being of others, allowing that warmth to fill your heart. A Zen story tells of a master who, upon hearing of a disciple's success, clapped his hands in genuine delight, saying, "Your joy is my joy." And in that moment, both hearts expanded together. Feel your breath as that shared celebration. Each inhale gathering the happiness around you, each exhale sending a ribbon of kindness outward. Notice how, when you witness another smile or success, your own spirit lifts like a balloon released into clear sky. What arises when you let go of envy and simply rejoice in what unfolds for others? Imagine a field of wildflowers where each bloom opens freely, none competing for the sun, all radiant in their own right. In that field, you find your place not above or below, but as part of a chorus of beauty. Breathe in with genuine gladness for every kindness you encounter. Breathe out with the intention to share that gladness in word, thought, or deed. In this practice of mudita, your heart becomes an open lantern glowing brightly in the night, its light welcoming and undiminished by the presence of other flames. Here, in the gentle celebration of joy beyond self, you rest deeply carried by the simple wonder of interconnected happiness. A quiet clarity settles as you sense the teaching of transformation, the gentle unfolding of change as the very essence of life. A Zen master once pointed to a caterpillar cocooned in stillness and said, "You worry, it will stay the same, but within this silence, its true nature awakens." Feel your breath as that metamorphosis, each inhale gathering the energy of possibility, each exhale releasing the comfort of what you know. Notice how, when you let go of resistance, your own change arises naturally like wings unfurling in warm light. Imagine yourself as that hidden butterfly, resting in patience and trust, knowing that the dark shell you inhabit now is the womb of your becoming. What emerges when you release the labels of past and the fear of future and simply allow the present moment to work its alchemy? In that soft surrender, you find new colors of being gently painted across your heart. Feel your breath deepen, steady and kind, carrying you into this quiet transformation. With every inhalation, invite the unknown possibilities that lie within. With every exhalation, let go of the stories that hold you still. In this continuous cycle, you become both the caterpillar, embracing the cocoon, and the butterfly, ready to soar. As night's hush enfolds you once more, rest in the tender, knowing that change need not be rushed or feared. It moves at its own pace, guided by the silent wisdom of life itself. Breathe softly now, and in this peaceful transformation, discover the beauty of who you are becoming. The night's hush deepens as you feel the teaching of mirror-like wisdom. Arise, reflecting all phenomena without attachment or aversion. A Zen master once held up a polished bronze mirror and asked his student, "What does it show?" The student replied, "Everything it faces." The master smiled. "Now tell me, to whom does the shining belong?" In that question, the student saw how the mirror neither clings to shining nor recoils from darkness. It simply reflects. Feel your breath as that mirror each inhale, welcoming whatever arises in your mind and heart. Each exhale, letting it fade from the polished surface of awareness. Notice how, when you stop grasping at thoughts or pushing sensations away, your own nature shines forth clear and unobstructed. Imagine a moonlit pond, so still that it perfectly mirrors stars, clouds, and trees, yet is never touched by them. You, too, can rest in this reflective presence, aware of every ripple, yet untouched at your core. What changes when you allow every experience, pleasant, painful, or neutral, to simply appear against the silent backdrop of your being? In that spacious witnessing, you discover a freedom beyond reactions, a peace that is both unshakable and deeply alive. Breathe gently now, and let this mirror-like awareness settle within you, reflecting all clinging to none, perfectly open and infinite. The world around you falls into quiet precision, revealing the teaching of suchness, the simple perfection of things exactly as they are. A Zen master invited his student to taste a pinch of salt, then to sip seawater, finally to drink fresh spring water. Only when the student tasted the spring did he recognize the subtle play of flavors unbidden and complete. Feel your breath as that pure spring, each inhale simply as it is, each exhale simply as it is. Notice how when you stop coloring experience with good or bad, you meet life's raw beauty without resistance. Imagine yourself resting beside a still lake at dawn, its surface untouched by judgment, reflecting everything perfectly. What appears when you let go of labels and rest in unfiltered awareness? Breathe in, welcoming the clarity of suchness. Breathe out, releasing every expectation. Here in this effortless presence, your heart settles into the fullness of now. A soft stillness settles as a distant temple bell sounds once its reverberation folding into the quiet of your own chest. In this resonance, you sense the teaching of direct transmission, pointing beyond words to the heart's own clarity. A Zen master once struck a bell and said, "Listen not with ears, but with being." You too hear that inner sound, the subtle echo of presence awakening in every cell. Feel your breath as that bell's tone, each inhale a clear strike, each exhale the lingering fade. Notice how the ringing does not come from outside, but from the silence that holds it. In that silent space, everything speaks at once, yet no words are needed. Imagine standing beneath a vast sky, where a single note of dawn's chorus seems to vibrate through your bones. This is the Dharma's voice, not taught, but realized in the living moment. What if you met every sound, every silence, as a direct invitation to awaken? Breathe deeply now, tuning your awareness to this gentle resonance. In the seamless union of bell and silent sound, and no sound, your heart rests in the pure clarity of direct seeing, awake, present, and entirely free. A soft glow suffuses the world as dawn edges closer, inviting the teaching of silent communion, understanding that all beings share the same heartbeat of existence. A Zen master once sat in total silence with a caged bird each morning, and though no words passed between them, they shared a bond deeper than speech. Feel your breath as that unspoken bridge, each inhale acknowledging the life coursing within, each exhale extending compassion beyond the confines of self. Notice how in this shared silence, barriers dissolve and a quiet kinship blooms. Imagine sitting beneath a blossoming tree alongside strangers who speak different languages, yet all hearts move in harmony with the rhythm of unseen wings. What arises when you recognize that every living being holds the same breath of awareness you do? In that recognition, you find a universal refuge where loneliness cannot enter. Breathe gently now and rest in this silent communion where the space between you and all that lives is simply illusion, and the truth of interconnected life sings softly in every pulse. Here, in the shared breath of dawn's approach, your heart rests in perfect unity, open, peaceful, and infinitely one. A gentle hush returns as the early light softens, inviting the teaching of non-obstruction, the ease of meeting each moment without resistance. A Zen master once likened the mind to water, flowing freely downstream. When obstacles arise, it neither fights nor flees, but simply finds another path. Feel your breath as that water, each inhale gathering in the pool of awareness, each exhale gliding effortlessly around any tension you encounter. Notice how when you stop racing against experience, calm flows naturally through every corner of your being. Imagine a stream winding through smooth stones, ever adapting its course, yet always moving with grace. What unfolds when you allow your mind to bend and yield like that stream, trusting in its own innate wisdom? Breathe in, inviting openness. Breathe out, releasing the need to control. Here in this unobstructed flow, your heart rests deeply alive, flexible, and at peace. A soft warmth spreads through the still air as you sense the teaching of right livelihood taking shape, the understanding that your means of support can itself be a practice of harmony and care. There is a story of a humble potter whose hands molded clay each day with mindful attention, shaping every vessel as an offering to the world. When asked why he crafted simple cups and bowls, he replied, "Each piece feeds the heart of another. My work is my path to awakening." Feel your breath as that gentle shaping, each inhale gathering intention, each exhale releasing any sense of separation between your labor and the wider web of life. Imagine your daily tasks, however small, becoming sacred acts, each step and gesture imbued with kindness, honesty, and respect for all beings. What shifts when you view your own livelihood not as a burden to bear, but as an opportunity to cultivate compassion and integrity? Breathe in with this mindful purpose. Breathe out, offering every action as a gift to life's unfolding story. Here, in the union of work and wisdom, your heart rests in steady service, awake, present, and entirely at peace. A soft breeze stirs the twilight air, and you sense the teaching of right effort unfolding, the art of gently tending your mind's garden without harshness or neglect. A Zen master once compared wholesome cultivation to caring for young seedlings. Too much water drowns them, too little leaves them parched. You too, learn to balance diligence with tenderness, applying steady attention without forcing growth. Feel your breath as each careful drop, every inhale nourishing presence, every exhale releasing impatience. Notice how a thought, when met with kind curiosity rather than judgment, transforms into insight rather than insistence. Imagine yourself kneeling beside a row of saplings at dawn, your hands cupped around their fragile stems, offering exactly what they need to thrive. What blossoms in your own heart when you practice this gentle perseverance, nurturing what is wholesome and letting go of what dims your light? Breathe in with intention, inviting mindful care. Breathe out with ease, trusting in the natural unfolding of your being. Here, in the tender rhythm of right effort, your heart rests quietly steadied by compassionate resolve and alive with possibility. A hush settles once more as the world breathes in quiet anticipation, and you sense the teaching of mindful presence deepening into the gentle art of body awareness, the practice of locating peace within each sensation. A Zen master once guided a student to trace the path of a single drop of water gliding down his arm, feeling every contour it crossed. Where you place attention, the master said, there life awakens. Feel your breath as that drop each inhale sliding softly along your spine, each exhale releasing tension trapped in shoulders, chest, or belly. Notice how when you anchor in the body's subtle messages, the mind's chatter fades into background quiet. Imagine sitting beside a calm river, its surface cool against your palm as you lean forward to touch it. In that instant, every ripple against your skin becomes a portal into presence, a reminder that the body is your ever-faithful companion on this journey. What arises when you meet each heartbeat? As if it were your first, as if you have all the time in the world to explore its landscape. Breathe in, drawing awareness into the crown of your head. Breathe out, letting that awareness flow down into your fingertips and toes. In this ongoing cycle of mindful presence, your heart rests in the tender sanctuary of embodiment, alive, awake, and wholly at peace. A soft glow of dawn now lingers at the edge of your vision, and you sense the teaching of compassionate listening, the silent gift of truly hearing another's heart. A Zen story tells of a master who, when approached by a grief-stricken villager, closed his eyes and listened so deeply that the villager's sorrow seemed to flow through him, finding release in the shared stillness between them. Feel your breath as that open vessel, each inhale, welcoming the unspoken stories within each exhale, returning gentle acceptance. Notice how when you listen, without planning, your own response connection arises effortlessly, and both hearts lighten. Imagine sitting beside a dear friend in quiet companionship, the simple act of your shared silence, more healing than any words. What unfolds when you extend this tender attention inward, listening to your own needs and fears without judgment? Breathe in, inviting the soft clarity of compassionate listening. Breathe out, offering yourself the same kindness you would a friend. Here in the gentle embrace of attentive silence, your heart rests deeply heard, held, and wholly at peace. A soft breeze stirs as the dawn sun gently warms your face, inviting the teaching of skillful means, right intention, guided by wisdom and compassion in every moment. A Zen story tells of a master who, facing a bitter quarrel between students, offered each a cup of tea, flavored exactly to their taste, helping them recognize that true nourishment cannot be imposed, but must meet each heart where it truly is. Feel your breath as that cup, each inhale a thoughtful gesture toward kindness, each exhale a release of rigid ideas about how things should be. Notice how when you meet your own thoughts and sensations with gentle adaptability rather than force, tension softens into ease. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a winding stream, learning its curves and currents until you know just where to step without slipping. In the same way, your inner life guides you best when you adapt your approach, sometimes holding still, sometimes flowing around obstacles, always mindful of the changing landscape within. What arises when you cultivate this fluid intention, responding to challenges not with resistance, but with creative care? Perhaps you find a whisper of guidance in each choice, a subtle invitation to act with insight rather than impulse. Breathe in, gathering the clarity of wise compassion. Breathe out, releasing any harshness or doubt. Here, in this unfolding artistry of living, your heart rests in the gentle mastery of skillful means, responsive kind, and wholly awake to the infinite possibilities of each moment. A soft hush returns as your awareness settles into quiet observation, inviting the teaching of radiant compassion, karuna, where your heart becomes a sanctuary for all suffering. A Zen story speaks of a master who, upon encountering a wounded traveler, carried him on his back through storm and night, without hesitation, caring for his pain as if it were his own. Feel your breath as that compassionate embrace each inhale, drawing in the world's hidden sorrow, each exhale offering gentle relief. Notice how, when you soften around your own discomfort, you discover a boundless warmth, ready to welcome others' wounds without fear. Imagine yourself as a lantern kindling in darkness, its glow not diminished by the depths it illuminates, but growing ever brighter. What arises when you let your heart open fully to both joy and sorrow, neither clinging nor recoiling? Breathe in with tender courage. Breathe out with loving presence. Here, in this luminous compassion, your spirit rests deeply, holding all with unwavering kindness and infinite peace. A soft hush lingers as the night wanes, guiding you into the teaching of effortless authenticity, being exactly as you are without pretense or artifice. A Zen story speaks of a monk who, when asked to demonstrate enlightenment, simply polished his own feet until they shone like mirror glass. He said, "True clarity begins where you stand, without masks or adornment." Feel your breath as that polish each inhale, revealing your true nature beneath layers of expectation. Each exhale shedding what no longer serves the open, radiant self. Notice how, when you stop striving to be other than you are, a natural ease arises, and you stand in your own light. Imagine yourself seated beneath an ancient cedar whose bark tells its own quiet story of seasons past, unguarded and genuine in every line. What unfolds when you greet each thought, each sensation, each heartbeat with the same unguarded presence? In this simple revealing, your heart rests in unfiltered truth, free, luminous, and wholly at peace. A gentle quiet settles as the sky lightens into pale gold, inviting the teaching of non-seeking, realizing that true peace lies not in pursuit, but in arrival. A Zen master once asked his students, "What were you before your parents were born?" When all fell silent, he smiled and said, "Return to that face before thinking." Feel your breath as that ancient face each inhale, drawing you back to the stillness before desire each exhale, releasing the chase for something more. Notice how, when you cease searching, the heart finds itself complete, resting in the very moment it occupies. Imagine a traveler who, having wandered the world in search of treasure, discovered at journey's end that his home held all he ever sought. In that simple recognition, the winding path becomes the perfect straight line. Breathe in, fully embracing the stillness of arrival. Breathe out softly, letting go of all longing. Here, in the restful clarity of non-seeking, your heart rests untroubled, already at home in the ever-present now. A soft quiet settles as the world holds its breath, inviting the teaching of equanimity, the steady balance of heart amid pleasure and pain. A Zen master once dipped a bowl into muddy water and watched as it settled, becoming clear without stirring. He said, "Peace arises when you let disturbances sink, rather than churning them into waves." Feel your breath as that settling bowl each inhale, acknowledging whatever arises each exhale, allowing it to fall away into stillness. Notice how, when you meet both joy and sorrow with equal attention, neither overwhelms your center. Imagine yourself beside a calm lake at dusk, its surface undisturbed by passing winds, reflecting sky and shore alike with gentle clarity. What remains when you release preference and aversion, meeting experience simply as it is? Breathe in, inviting balance. Breathe out, releasing every tug of grasping or pushing away. Here, in this serene middle, your heart rests, poised, steady, open, and infinitely at peace. A gentle calm lingers as the world pauses in the warmth before sunrise, inviting the teaching of fearless openness, the courage to meet each moment without shield or mask. A Zen story tells of a master who sat exposed on a windswept cliff, saying, "When wind, rain, and sun all come, to whom do they speak?" His student realized that the elements spoke to the heart that stood without barrier. Feel your breath as that open heart, each inhale, welcoming warmth or cold alike. Each exhale, dissolving the armor of doubt. Notice how, in dropping every protection, life feels neither threatening nor overwhelming, but alive and immediate. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast plain sky, stretching endlessly above, not to be tamed, but to be embraced. What arises when you simply lean into whatever arises, joy or sorrow, clarity or confusion, with fearless curiosity? Breathe in now, gathering the steady strength of openness. Breathe out, letting every shadow of fear slip away into the light of awareness. Here, in this spacious courage, your heart rests, unguarded, awake, whole and free. The hush of early light deepens, guiding you into the teaching of spontaneous presence, responding to each moment as it is without hesitation or preconception. A Zen master once remarked, "When the mountain moves, you do not move. When you move, the mountain moves." Feel your breath as that mountain steady, unhurried, each inhale rooted in the earth, of now each exhale rising into the sky of awareness. Notice how, when you meet each event without mental gymnastics, your responses flow naturally, neither forced nor delayed. Imagine a single tree in a vast field, its branches shifting only as the wind commands, never resisting, never striving. You can embody that natural responsiveness, listening first, then acting from the clarity of immediate knowing. In that spontaneous balance, every action becomes effortless, and every moment fully lived. Feel your chest expand with the simple aliveness of presence. Feel it soften as you release any longing for what might have been or what might come. In this open field of awareness, thought and action arise like flowers in spring, timely, graceful, untethered by past or future. Breathe gently now, letting each moment guide your breath rather than your breath guiding thought. Here in the seamless dance of awareness and response, your heart rests in perfect spontaneity, awake, fluid, and free. A soft radiance glimmers as the horizon brightens, and you sense the teaching of birthlessness, seeing beyond beginnings and endings to the timeless flow of life. A Zen master once held up a withered flower beside a fresh bud and asked, which is real, the blossom or the decay? His student realized that both arise from the same life force and return to it, neither truly born nor truly gone. Feel your breath as that seamless current, each inhale drawing life's essence into your being, each exhale returning it without loss. Notice how thoughts of past and future dissolve when you rest in this ongoing now. Imagine yourself as a river, flowing through countless landscapes, every drop part of the river, and the river part of every drop, neither arriving nor departing, simply one continuous movement. In that understanding, what remains when you set aside the stories of birth and death? In the spacious calm that follows, your heart rests in deep freedom, flowing timeless and entirely at peace. A soft brightness fills the sky now, as if a gentle promise of warmth is on its way, inviting the teaching of unconditioned mind beyond all fabrications of thought and form. A Zen master once held a mirror before his student and said, "Look past the surface. See the mind that sees." In that moment, the student recognized the mirror was not separate from the one who gazed into it. Feel your breath as this mirror each inhale unveiling the clear awareness that knows itself, each exhale dissolving the restless chatter that obscures it. Imagine a vast open plain free of fences or markers where wind and sky meet without boundary. Your true nature moves like that plain, unbounded, formless, yet infinitely present. Notice how when you rest in this mind, untouched by stories, every sensation and perception arises and returns home effortlessly. Breathe in, now welcoming the clear transparency of unconditioned awareness. Breathe out, letting go of every label and concept. Here, in the luminous space that holds all phenomena without grasping your heart, rests in pure presence, spacious, serene, and utterly free. A soft hush returns as the world readies itself for the full embrace of morning light, guiding you into the teaching of effortless unity, the seamless oneness of subject and object. A Zen master once held a blank sheet of paper before his students and said, "What is written here?" They saw nothing yet. The paper held every possibility. In that emptiness, form and formlessness unite. Feel your breath as that blank page, each inhale inviting every sensation and thought to arise, each exhale revealing the clear emptiness that underlies them all. Imagine yourself at the edge of sky and sea, where horizon dissolves and neither can be said to come before the other. You are both the expanse overhead and the depth beneath, inseparable and whole. Notice how when you rest in this unified field of awareness, the sense of I and other gently fades, leaving only the vibrant aliveness of presence itself. Breathe in now, merging with every moment. Breathe out, letting the illusion of separation dissolve. Here in this boundless union, your heart rests effortlessly awake, whole, and infinitely at peace. A hush settles once more as the world holds its breath, inviting the teaching of mindful walking, transforming each step into a path of awakening. A Zen master once led his students through a forest, instructing them to pay attention not just to the ground beneath their feet, but to the shifting balance of body and breath. He said, "When you move with full awareness, every footfall becomes a practice. Feel your breath as the gentle rhythm guiding your stride, each inhale lifting your foot, each exhale grounding it softly into the earth. Notice how, when you walk in this way, the boundary between mover and movement dissolves and every step becomes a conversation with the present moment. Imagine yourself traversing a moss-covered path at dawn, the cool air brushing your cheeks as dew glistens underfoot. With each step, you honor the cycle of taking and releasing, lifting one foot as the other lands, shifting weight and balance in perfect harmony. What arises when you bring this same attentive presence to every gesture, every action beyond the walk itself? Breathe in with each rising step, inviting full awareness into your body. Breathe out with each falling foot, releasing preconceived notions of where you must go. In this dance of breath and movement, you discover that the true path is not ahead of you, but beneath you. Each step, your guide, each breath, your teacher. Here, in the simple elegance of mindful walking, your heart finds its home in the unfolding journey, steady, alive, and entirely at peace. A faint warmth lingers in your hands as you lift a simple cup of tea, inviting the teaching of mindful nourishment, recognizing that each sip can be a practice of full presence. A Zen master once prepared tea for his students with such deliberate care that the very act of watching him boil water, steep leaves, and pour with intention became their lesson. When asked why he moved so slowly, he replied, "True sustenance comes not from the tea itself, but from the mind that receives it." You feel this now. Each inhale gathers the steam's gentle aroma. Each exhale brings the liquid home to your senses. Notice how, when you sip with undivided attention, the world narrows to this single perfect moment. Imagine the fragrant warmth spreading through your body like a soft tide, dissolving any lingering tension. What remains when you treat ordinary acts, drinking, breathing, listening, as gateways to presence rather than chores to complete? In this simple ceremony of tea, you uncover the profound truth that life's nourishment arrives not in grand gestures, but in the tender unfolding of small, mindful acts. Breathe slowly, savor each drop, and rest in the deep peace that comes from honoring the sacredness woven through everyday moments. A soft hush lingers as the day gently unfolds into full light, and you sense the teaching of non-abiding, resting lightly in each moment without clinging to what is past or yearning for what is to come. A Zen master once asked his disciples to hold a handful of sand until it slipped through their fingers, then to cup what remained. He said, "True presence is like this handful held, but never grasped." Feel your breath as that sand, each inhale gathering what is here, each exhale letting go of every trace of what was. Notice how, in releasing both memory and expectation, your heart finds freedom in the ever-changing now. Imagine standing at the water's edge, where each wave arrives and recedes without judgment, leaving the shore perpetually new. You too can welcome each thought, each sensation, each passing breeze as a fresh arrival, never more, never less. What space opens within you when you let every moment come and go, like waves touching and releasing without holding on? Breathe in with gentle curiosity. Breathe out with effortless ease. Here in the art of non-abiding, your heart rests buoyant, alive, unburdened, and wholly at peace. A soft stillness settles into your bones as you sense the teaching of clear seeing, perceiving the world without the filters of judgment or story. A Zen master once pointed at the moon, reflected in a still pond, and said, "Do not mistake the finger for the moon." In that moment, the student saw the water itself, untroubled by ripples of interpretation. Feel your breath as that reflection, each inhale opening your eyes to what simply is, each exhale releasing the subtle labels and comparisons that cloud perception. Notice how, when you meet each sight and sound without naming or judging, the world arrives in vivid clarity, fresh and unburdened. Imagine standing at the edge of a crystal-clear lake, its surface undisturbed by wind or thought, reflecting sky and trees alike with perfect fidelity. What unfolds when you rest in this unfiltered awareness, seeing your own heart as clearly as you see the world around you? Breathe in, welcoming pure presence. Breathe out, letting every notion of good or bad dissolve. Here, in the simple power of clear, seeing your heart rests awake, open, luminous, and at peace. A soft calm lingers in the space between each breath, inviting the teaching of open curiosity, approaching every moment as though you are meeting it for the very first time. A Zen master once placed a single stone upon a table and asked his students to describe it. After many detailed accounts, he simply said, "Now, look again, but let go of what you think you know. Feel your breath as that fresh gaze, each inhale awakening your senses, each exhale releasing the weight of past impressions. Notice how, when you meet each sight, sound, or sensation without expectation, the world blooms anew in vibrant detail. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a dew-kissed meadow at dawn, each blade of grass alive with possibility. What wonders arise when you let go of knowing and embrace the open mystery of now breathe in with bright curiosity. Breathe out with gentle acceptance. Here, in the luminous space of fresh attention, your heart rests softly awake, engaged and infinitely at peace. Feel the gentle weight of the earth beneath you as you settle into its embrace, inviting the teaching of grounded presence, finding stability not by clinging to fixed ideas, but by rooting deeply in the body's own wisdom. A Zen master once had his students stand barefoot on cold stone until they discovered warmth in stillness itself, learning that comfort arises from inner steadiness rather than external conditions. You too can draw strength from the simple contact of foot to ground, each inhale drawing energy up through your soles, each exhale pressing you more fully into the support that life offers. Notice how, when you shift your attention downward, the swirl of thoughts above your head softens into a calm pool at your center. Imagine yourself as a great oak whose branches sway freely, yet whose roots hold firm beneath the surface, unseen but unwavering. In this balance of flexibility and stability, you discover the confidence to meet whatever comes, storms or sunshine, with equanimity. What shifts when you remember that wherever you stand is already sacred ground, a foundation sturdy enough for every breath and every heartbeat? Breathe in, anchoring your awareness in the gentle resilience of your body. Breathe out, releasing any tension that lifts you away from this living support. Here, in the quiet dance of rooting and rising, your heart rests in the deep calm of grounded presence, steady, open, and entirely at peace. A quiet warmth settles in your chest as you notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath, inviting the teaching of present embodiment, the full inhabiting of this very moment. A Zen master once guided his student to sit in silence, asking him to feel every point of contact between body and ground, until the student discovered his own presence was the meeting place of earth and sky. Feel your breath as that meeting, each inhale drawing earth's stability up through your feet, each exhale releasing sky's openness down through your crown. Notice how when you anchor here, thoughts no longer pull you away, but simply drift at the edges of awareness. Imagine yourself as a single wave on a vast ocean, neither separate from nor lost within the waters, arising, flowing, and returning in effortless harmony. What arises when you rest fully in this embodied presence, allowing every sensation to guide you back to here and now? In that deep anchoring, your heart rests firmly rooted, alive, and boundlessly free. A gentle silence wraps around you as you feel the teaching of inner refuge, discovering that the sanctuary you seek exists within your own heart. A Zen master once invited his students to retreat from the world and sit before a blank wall, only to realize that every thought and sensation that arose became their companion and guide. Feel your breath as that steadfast wall, each inhale reinforcing your inner sanctuary, each exhale releasing the illusion that true safety lies elsewhere. Notice how when you settle into this unshakable space, external storms lose their power to disturb you. Imagine a small lantern carried into a dark cave. Its light neither blazes nor fades. It simply reveals the path with steady clarity. In the same way, your awareness illuminates every corner of your being, uncovering hidden fears and forgotten peace alike. What emerges when you rest in this refuge, offering yourself the same compassion you would a weary traveler. Breathe in, welcoming the warmth of inner shelter. Breathe out, letting go of every need to search beyond yourself. Here, in the quiet embrace of your own refuge, your heart rests, secure, whole, luminous, and endlessly free. The world holds its breath in the soft light of dawn, and you feel the rhythm of your own heart slow to match its gentle pulse. There is no further need to follow a path or seek a destination, only the simple unfolding of each moment, ripe with quiet possibility. As the sky shifts from indigo to pale rose, notice how every sound, every breath, and every flutter of thought carries you more deeply into rest. Allow your body to soften, releasing any last traces of tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your belly. With each exhale, imagine the weight of the night's concerns melting away like dew in the morning sun. With each inhale, draw in the promise of peace that lingers in the air, cool, luminous, and serene. There is nowhere else you need to be, and nothing you need to achieve. The gentle rise and fall of your breath is enough. Its own cadence, a lullaby that cradles you in the embrace of the present. Let your mind drift, without striving, like a leaf carried upon a slow-moving stream, trusting that the current knows its way. Feel the stillness between your heartbeats, a sacred space where thought dissolves into pure awareness. In this sanctuary of silence, the world's urgencies soften into whispers, and you remember the timeless truth that rest is your birthright. As the first bird songs greet the new day, let their gentle melodies guide you toward deeper ease. Know that each gentle note, each soft stir of wind, intends to lull you into a place beyond waking and sleeping, a realm where the boundary between dreaming and being simply fades. Rest now in the tender peace you have cultivated, expansive, unhurried, and wholly yours. And if you're still awake, that's okay too. Some nights, just lying still and breathing softly is enough to return home to yourself.